freedom,
family,
world unity.
All these things and more will be discussed on this podcast.
Real stories, real people, real debates. On this podcast, we like to express our freedoms and talk about anything and everything goes.
Like freedom, family is important to us, and anybody that is listening, watching, or coming on the show as a guest star are all considered part of the greatest family to ever bless the solar system, the human race. No matter who you are, where you come from, you will always have a voice here on this podcast.
We like to flex our First Amendment, where all speeches and opinions are accepted for the right of freedom of speech. We have a saying we like to live by. Live life with eyes wide open. Being open-minded leads to true understanding of the world as it really is. Please, come, join us, and enjoy this experience as we embark on this journey of truth as we dismantle the subjective truth. I'm your host, Nick.
And I'm your co-host, Victoria.
And you're experiencing Heye Consciousness.
Disclaimer. Any and all information on topics presented are to the best of all who is present in each episode's knowledge. The goal of this podcast is to bring people together and set the example we all wish to see in our everyday lives. Whether it's home life, education, politics, history, business, etc. Any and all subjects can and will be talked and peacefully debated about on this podcast. On debate episodes, there will be a set rules of debate that hosts and guests alike must follow. We ask that you, the audience, like we ask of our guests, in the comments to please try to keep the language as clean as possible. We are a podcast for entertainment as well as educational purposes. Here, we are all equal no matter what race, age, or gender.
Hi, y'all.
And welcome back
to another episode of
Heye Consciousness.
I'm your host, Nick.
I'm your co-host, Victoria.
I'm your editor, Tyler.
And we are
Heye Consciousness. Welcome back, everybody. Today, we have a special guest, Jaden. Today's episode, we're not going to do, our normal thing. This is going to be a conversation episode today. And what we're going to talk about is our experiences with UFOs and our own paranormal experiences with the spooky spook because it's spooky month!
Uh-huh. And we precisely have 6 days until Spooky Day.
Mm-hmm. Halloween, baby!
If I can, there will be a gif of spooky, scary skeletons dancing across the screen.
If you can. Which, that would be awesome.
So, who's going to start off with their encounters with the unknown?
Okay, so I guess I'll start mine off since I already have the story in my head.
Go for it.
Me and you were talking earlier about how that ghost in the trailer where I used to live was a small girl, white dress, etc., etc. That was like one of the first sightings of anything that I've seen ghost-wise, right? Now, there was another time where I was in the classroom, and I was in like 8th grade to 7th grade, probably something like that. Maybe in elementary school. It was during a test. I see my great-grandmother kind of like form a figure in front of me while I'm like taking my test and doing notes and shit like that. I look up, see her like where one of my classmates is, because it's like diagonal. In terms of columns, it's like 5-seat columns type shit.
Great grandma was cheating for you. Giving you all the
Great grandma
answers.
was cheating for you.
Grandma caused me to freak the fuck out.
Can't blame you.
Grandma caused me to stop the test and everybody else's test to tell them that I'm not doing this shit no more because I'm ready to go the fuck home. That's what Grandma did to me.
Yeah, sounds like an experience of how high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like fucking 8 years old, me, dude. And my dad to this day still thinks that shit ain't real. Like, he's like, did you really see your grandma in that? I was like, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you ever watch any Paranormal Activity movies where the little kid is more innocent, so therefore he sees a lot more stuff of the other side?
Also,
Yeah,
put
when
it
we're
into
younger,
context,
our third
right?
eye,
Put it into
is
context. I'm born
Exactly.
June 2001, and my grandma died approximately 3 to 2 months before I was born. And she died of cancer from smoking cigarettes because she used to work at Glen Raven, hard worker all her life. She's been fucking going crazy for most of her life, handling my mom and my uncle type shit. So when she died, I never got to really see her besides the fact I think she was maybe alive for when I was first born, like maybe my first couple months, but I never really heard anything about her besides that.
And despite all that, let alone to have an actual actual vision,
vision
memory,
of
actual,
her.
yeah, exactly,
Like
exactly.
a full, almost
Manifestation. Yeah.
It's like dots of her was forming together, almost like pieces of her was clamoring together from the air and the atmosphere type shit.
Collecting the energy to be able to manifest.
Yes.
Wow.
It was weird as fuck. That was my real, like, first experience. And the girl in the trailer park where I was sleeping over with my homies, we used to watch Friday After Next every fucking day.
Hey, Friday After Next is one of the best ones.
Bro, what? We was just laughing our ass off as kids, probably like 11-year-old, 12-year-old kids. Me and him sleeping over, it's like him and his brother, and me and my other homie, we sleeping in a trailer. It's probably like 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, approximately. We're in the living room sleeping on a pallet type shit. I get up from my pallet, I like literally sit up like Undertaker on some shit, look over to my right side, and then there she is, like probably about 5 to 7 feet away from me, just staring right back at me. And she's like, yay high. And she's looking at me in this white, delicate dress that you can tell is from like 50s, 60s type shit.
Mm-hmm.
And she waves at me and then walks back into the bathroom. And I didn't go to the bathroom that night. I was just getting ready to piss, bro. Like, I had to go piss, and I got up to go piss, looked at her, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna lay back down.
You know what? No, you know what? If I gotta go to the bed, I'll go outside. I'll just go outside and open up the window.
I thought about going outside, but I didn't want to wake everybody up, so I was like, fuck it, I'll chill for a couple hours, just looking over at everybody, like, my homies right beside me and shit. I'm like,
I know y'all.
Do you see the little girl?
I even woke him up. I was like, bruh, what the fuck, bruh? I was like, yo, do y'all not see this little girl? I just pointed at the fucking hallway and everything. It was like, little girl? What are you talking about?
They don't see her, but you can. And, dude, that's the worst.
What are you talking about? And I'm like, bro, she's right there.
She's right freaking there, bro.
And that's when she waved after I woke them up on some troll shit. She fucking waved at me and then dipped back into the bathroom. They went back to sleep, and I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm not finna press the subject.
That's just moaning Myrtle.
Moaning Myrtle.
In the bathroom, you know.
That was good.
Exactly.
That was a good one.
Don't worry about Moaning Myrtle.
She just wants to go to the bathroom.
Poor little Moaning Myrtle.
She just wants to go to the bathroom, so that way when you use the bathroom, she'll scream.
I ain't never heard no screams. I did go to the bathroom the day after in the daytime because I wanted to double check. Deadass was like, let me go in the bathroom after the night just to see if shit is really like that. Of course, daytime like
Nothing happens during daytime.
Yeah,
You gotta go during witching hours.
It's literally during witching hour, which was fucked up.
1 to 4
Just
o'clock in the
because
morning.
the veil at a certain time of night when the moon is high, like the moon not only helps balance our tides and whatnot on our surface and our magnetic field, but it also gives power to the spiritual world at a certain hour. The veil lifts from, the thing that keeps, the daytime and the nighttime separate, where, the spooky stuff stays over there during the night, and then, during the day we can all be normal. Which is why a lot of people are like, don't be out after dark and whatnot, because, that just is passed down from generation to generation of all of our, myths and lores from the beginning of mankind.
Facts.
The spooky stuff comes out at night.
Ain't nothing but trouble out there.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. And that was just in a trailer park in Green Level. Like, what I'm thinking is the correlation of the veil opening, the correlation of like the dark side and the light side of the moon.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm thinking, because the dark side of the moon supposedly has alien life forms on it, is what's being talked about, I think. And the light side of the moon always gives us like that hope. Whenever you look up at the moon and it's like fucking 9 o'clock, 12 o'clock, you look up and it's big as fuck. You're just like, hell yeah.
That's the moon right there.
That's me.
Hell yeah. Like, I know I'm not the only one that sees a
it's
fucking
super
sad
cool.
man on the face of the moon, right?
Nope.
No, I see a bunny.
The moon sees
When I look at the
me.
moon, and I try to see the face in the moon, but I can't. I see a bunny rabbit.
It depends on when you see it, though. Because it does rotate, and the light side is just where the light is showing.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's the part that reflects off of the sun.
it's usually around, like, wintertime and solstice, like, whenever spring comes back around.
This is a Halloween special. Are we not breaking into the song?
A spooky, ooky, spooky.
If you're breaking the song, though, it's a distraction from the real horror.
That's true.
Yeah.
Dead ass. They sang because somebody's fucking head fell off, and then they're trying to find the shit. Like,
Yeah. Where did it go, George? Where did your head go? Where did your head go, George?
You popped it off. You popped it off, Kenny.
You popped it off.
You have superhuman strength and you killed the bunny.
I think Tyler should go with one of his UFO stories.
Oh. Well, the best one I have is 4th of July. I'm out drinking with my dad in Alabama. Nice out here on the old
How
beach
long
shore.
ago?
I want to say 2016, 2017.
Okay.
And we're having a good ass time. We're all standing out in the water, and I turn around, and all of a sudden, there's a giant orange light just chilling in the sky. Just a little ball of orange light just hanging out, looking at us. And we look at it, and I said, "Holy shit, it's an alien!" My dad's like, "What?" He turns around, he's like,
The face.
so he's immediately like, "Holy shit!" He tries to go grab. He's trying to run to the fucking shore to get his phone. I move to the shore trying to get to my phone, and then it just goes, zooms off.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it usually happens.
That's fucking
And then
crazy.
later on that night, as we're driving home, I could have sworn that I saw the damn thing flying through the woods.
Probably so.
You probably did. Probably some aliens out there in the Everglades or something. Or out there in the woods of Alabama.
Were you around any cornfields?
It's Alabama. There's no cornfields in
Any
Alabama.
kind of farmland?
Well, I mean, there's cornfields probably, but not like that in this area. It was
So
near the beach.
It seems aliens like corn.
Yeah, they
It was
do.
near the coast.
Well, they probably were doing some geoglyphs, or like corn crop, crop circles or stuff like that. And because that's usually how they communicate. Because me and Victoria, we were watching the show on Roku TV called UFO Cowboys, and it's the title sounds corny, but
It does.
but it's literally about the Skywatchers.
The Skywatcher Cowboys.
Yeah, Skywatcher Cowboys, which is just literally a whole bunch of ranchers that had a whole bunch of UFO experience happening to them, and so they all came together and go to different farmlands to
Investigate. And see what's up.
And the last episode they were showing was them chasing out a white orb and a green orb. The green orb was over a soccer game, over a recreational soccer game, and the little kids were like, "Yeah, we saw a green orb," and they were flying back and forth. And all the cowboys were like, "Okay, that's kind of crazy." And they're talking to all the adults because kids.
Yeah, they're doing their investigation while the soccer game is going on. They're like, "Oh yeah, this happened 2 days ago, and this is where it was and how it looked." And then as the UFO Cowboys are there, the fucking green light appears again, and then they
start spanning off, and then it turns onto the cornfield, and they said, "Fuck it, we got trucks. Yeah, we're gonna run over these cornfields." Got to the point where they started shooting at the orb, and the police showed up. Type deal. It was
doing some old, 50s stuff where you see people hanging out the window with the shotgun shooting. It was some epic Rambo stuff, man. It was awesome.
So the orb thing, the orb thing is very relatable, especially in the Midwest, where all that was happening, because that's actually where most UFOs happens, in the Midwest.
So what's telling me
most
is
empty space.
Mm-hmm.
What you're telling me is they pull it to the aliens. They're like, "All right, partner, you here in the wrong town, boy.
Pretty much.
Trying to.
I'm rooting, tooting, and I'm shooting."
That's right.
And they rooty tooted and shooted.
And
They sure did.
The only way to communicate with aliens is through ultimate peace, to where you understand that grass is a life form, cows are a life form, everything is something that's living.
And frequencies.
And aliens are like, if you can't have peace with what you have here on this world, why would I expect you to have peace with me? That's why they don't communicate with us besides little shit. And I heard they did a swap between one alien and 3 humans type shit. In the CIA, I believe, type shit, from what I've heard.
Mm-hmm.
They did a swap with 1 alien, 3 humans. 2 of the humans died because of one dying on the way back to the planet, and one dying because it tried to kill one of the animals on their planet. And it immediately just killed them.
Okay, I gotta have inner peace, as what they say in a Kung Fu.
They don't eat anything except for shit that is already going to die. They don't even eat carcasses. They don't eat cows. They don't eat none of that shit. They straight up almost
No, but they are mutilating them
photosynthesize.
everywhere and leaving them dead.
Well, that's because they're doing sign experiments. Because you got to realize they're learning about the
the biology of our species.
Well, I mean, we're probably the
Yeah, no, we're
only
playing.
carbon-based life in this solar system.
Maybe, just maybe, but like every other chemistry mix is always could be a reaction to something.
So the other life forms out there are probably other element-based.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
So they're like carbon-based life? Huh.
I have to find that documentary where they were talking about like the crop circles and stuff and how it was the Y-Files episode.
Yeah, and they're talking about the crop circles.
The crop circles and
the
the
different
guys
genetics
that
they sent back from our
how
tablet.
they're
that we
also carbon-based but also silicone.
They're silicone-based, not carbon-based.
Did they have carbon in there
No.
too?
They're silicone-based.
I thought they did. Oh, I'm wrong.
I'll put reference images up on the screen. Don't worry, I got you.
That's right. References. Gotta love the references.
Because for shit that I do say that's not a fact, I want that shit pulled up too. Because I want to learn when I'm not saying the right thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, fact check ourselves. Like when you watch our podcast, when we have a question about something and we want to fact check it, especially ourselves, when we think, okay, maybe we're not totally right on this, we go and look into the computer. We go to the desktop view and do the whole look it up.
I don't have to put annotations in videos, by the way, so I can be like, click here for a link to this thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. That's really helpful. Like, hey, maybe we don't have to look on the internet so
Because
much
this is
anymore.
supposed to be educational material alongside personal experience.
And like it's the reason why I asked about the year that you saw something on the 4th of July is because it was 2021. No, it was 22, right? It was 2022. We saw the UFO on 4th of July.
Mm-hmm.
So 2022, 4th of July. Nicholas and I are just out at my grandparents' lake house, like gated community area, and we're just putt-putting around because we're bored.
On a golf cart, and there was a family in front of us. We were just driving along, enjoying the campground views.
You're putting around on a golf cart.
Yes.
I used to do that at 14 at my dad's campground. My dad's girlfriend's dad's campground.
Mm-hmm.
The roads at the lake house, like you park, like you go in with a normal vehicle, but like if you want to move around easily, you want to be in a golf cart because the roads are tiny.
Narrow roads, but anyway, go on, Toy, with your story.
And like Nick and I, we come around the baseball field, and there's another family in front of us. And what made us stop was the fact that they stopped, and then I catch something out the corner of my eye, and like there's like a tree line over here. And then you got the baseball field that kind of like goes in and then flattens out, and then it uphill where we're over here on the road where there's an uphill. And these like two sets of lights, like it was a row of 5 and a row of 5, just perfectly set atop each other like this. And we watched these lights come over the tree line right above our heads, and like it's so close that you should be able to feel some kind of turbulence or wind, whatever, wind runoff, however you want to say it, because I'm blanking on the term right now, but
It would
Exhaust.
you would have felt and heard and something, but there was nothing.
turbulence is what you're thinking of. No, not turbulence. Turbulence was the cleanest.
What is it
turbulence
whenever you feel when something
Gust.
goes by you, the gust of
The
wind?
gust. Yes,
Yeah,
the
the
gust.
gusts.
It's a gust.
Okay, yeah,
Gust.
yeah, the gusts. And there's, as it goes above our heads, the trees aren't even moving, like at all. And they're just balls of light like this. And when they went over the tree line that was right above our heads, right before we lost sight of it, we saw it come in straight like this, went above that tree line, and like a 0-degree turn went like this, and fast as hell. And 30 seconds later, the military helicopters and jets are chasing after whatever that thing was. And then a few months later, we're in Florida. I'll let you handle this part of the story.
So fast forward, we're in Florida on me and Victoria's vacation, and we're over here going to an arcade, and we went to the arcade and everything. And on our way back, in Florida, they have a lot of street lights, a lot of lights in the background. But as I'm driving, type deal, I notice lights in the background, But it wasn't like we were getting closer to them, and it wasn't like they were going further away.
Or they weren't reflections off of the telephone lines anymore. Because Nick and I both looked at each other like, there's something funny in the sky, but we couldn't figure it out.
Because like it was like legitimately how they were lined up looked like street lights, but it was just a straight line of bulbs. And I'm like, driving. I'm like, I don't think those are street lights or planes because they're not moving. And as I'm saying that, all of a sudden I see an orb like doing this number. And it looked like they were going invisible. Like a whole wave of like a cloak went over the lights, over the orbs.
And like the way that it looked, like I actually caught a picture of it, and I'll try to, give it to Tyler to put up on screen. It's very blurry, but it was the picture that I managed to get before they disappeared.
Imagine
it
like a
looked
waterfall
like,
going over
whole,
something.
It just
covered it. Yes, but it was like a wave because it was like one boom, boom, boom. Like it legitimately was like a wave going over the lights.
Mm-hmm.
And like the way that it looked, it was like at the very bottom, like the way that it looked in the sky, you almost thought it was a meteor or a comet with the way that it was shaped. It had like this cluster of a whole bunch of lights at the very front, and it was very big, and then as it went back, the clusters of lights became more separated, and you could see space between them, and it like went up like a comet's tail. So it was like as if we just saw a whole freaking armada fleet of aliens in the sky, and then watched an invisibility cloak go right over it.
That's what I was.
As soon as we were trying to take pictures.
Mm-hmm.
Like, those are the two craziest things that we have ever seen in the sky.
So, do you think they have the technology to expand and shrink things? And
Yes.
do you think they have the technology to also...
The reason why I say yes is because you can date back stuff in our comic books. So,
Fun fact.
Do you know the very, very first issue of Superman?
What year it came out?
What year it came out in?
I think it was 1990. No,
No.
1915.
No. 24 years later.
Okay, so 1940 something.
1939. Guess when the
Roswell incident happened.
1945, 1946.
43.
43. Yeah, 43. 4 years
Hold on, let's double check
after
that.
the drop of Superman.
Go to Matrix.
About how a satellite or a UFO alien crash landed on the planet, and so like if you legitimately read your comic books,
They're kind of trying to tell you.
They tell you because they get all their materials with science fiction and what is
1947. I'm sorry, I'm incorrect.
So 1946. So yeah, I was right. So yeah,
it says June and July 1947. Wait, I thought that was
June
just one.
6th to
Wait,
July
why is there
47?
two?
Because
two incidents though. And we're back.
Yes, and we're back.
And we're back.
What's your favorite movie? That's my question for y'all.
What's my favorite scary movie? I hear you scream from Scary Movie.
What's your favorite
scary movie?
Are you talking like
I'm
movie
saying
period?
movie in general.
Oh.
All movies.
Oh God.
Well, since we're gonna stay on topic here, my favorite movie is the latest with Salem's Lot. That show's pretty good.
Man, I can't. Man, why you gotta do that to me?
All right.
I can't pick a favorite.
But if we're talking about
comfort movie,
Cabin in the Woods.
But if we're going for gore and horror movies, I gotta go with The Terrifier.
Cabin in the Woods for horror.
The Terrifier has been hitting hard for me, man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm fucking with art heavy.
My comfort movie, I guess, would be.
Oh, they ain't comfort movies. This is horror
That's
movies.
why I just switched it up.
My
too,
comfort
because
movie
you
is
said it was too
National
hard to do
Security.
nothing.
I love
Yeah,
National
I had
Security.
too many favorite horror movies.
Do you know? We'll name off your tiers then. What's S tier? What's top tier?
Oh man.
Top tier, of course.
The
The
top
first
tier
Friday
one.
versus 13th, the first Halloween.
The top tier one for me would probably
Friday
have to
13th.
be the original Nightmare on Elm Street, the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Top tier for me is the original Alien movie, where it was just one alien and they brought out the whole body horror, like, you know what I'm saying? Because it wasn't like, for example, the reason why Alien Isolation, the video game, was so good, because they brought back the one alien aspect and you guys survive and dodge the alien, and all you guys' emotion sense to figure out where he's at. That's scary.
Y'all want to do a tier list video for Halloween movies?
For Halloween movies?
Yeah, we definitely could do it.
We could do a tier.
For horror movies in general, actually.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we could revamp the second episode of the podcast when we first tried to do it. We could revamp it.
I already
because
know that Halloween is like my top S tier. The first Halloween.
well, I'll say the first Halloween, and also you gotta realize now which canon universe of Halloween do you want to go off of? Because remember they done did it like three times now.
The third one, the newest one, of course. The first Halloween, the one where they just revamped it with the newest Halloween.
Right. Where basically Halloween H2O and like all those other Halloweens didn't even count. It'll just skip the whole 30 years.
Yep. Except for that one, was it Rob Zombie?
It was Rob Zombie's Halloween. It was where he revamped the whole series.
And that shit was fire. I like
except for
Rob
Halloween
Zombie's
2. Halloween 2 is kind of out there.
Yeah.
I guess my my favorite movie of all time is Phantom of the Opera, even though I know it's like, you know, a musical play, but it's also a movie, and it's my favorite to watch.
If I'm gonna say comfort film, it's probably Rocky Horror Picture Show, thanks to my grandmother.
I love Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Wait, there's a comfort film supposed to be horror?
I actually went to the actual real life play to go see that, and all the girls that were wearing lingerie because that's what you do. That's what everyone does when you go to a Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Correct.
Yeah.
Oh.
You put your best
I don't
pin
know
up on
the
it.
edit is.
Mhm.
Seriously, it was in Raleigh. It was me and my first girlfriend, and she was like, "Yeah, they're doing this. Me and my sister did it before, and we all have to and the girls have to wear lingerie, and the guys gotta, you know, just dress up nicely type deal." And believe it or not, walking in the theater, yeah, everyone in there is wearing lingerie,
Including some of the guys.
Yes.
I mean, have you not seen Rocky Horror Picture
Exactly.
Show and
If
what
you've
he
seen-
decides
if
to
you've
dress
seen
up
the
in?
film.
Oh, you know,
If you've seen the film, you know.
If you've seen it, you know.
I seen it. I seen the play and the show and the movie because they're playing them both at the same time.
Yeah.
The first time I got to watch the Rocky Horror Picture Show, like, as a play, was, I think, at Disney.
What? No, I doubt
It was
that.
one year that my family and I went to Disney, and it was around Halloween time, and they did Rocky Horror Picture Show or something. Or I could be wrong. It
Where's
could've-
my red flags at?
Conspiracy?
Where's my red flags at? Where's my red flag at? Because that's what brings up so many red flags right now for me for Disney.
Flag on the play. Flag on the play.
Like,
on the play.
like what? Disney did
That's
Rocky
insane.
Horror Show before they went woke? That's crazy. Because actually think about that, what you just said. Disney doing a Rocky Horror Show after what I just said of what that show consists and what everyone has to wear. That doesn't sound kid friendly.
No.
By no means. What does Disney after dark? Disney at dark.
Disney at dark.
Disney at dark past attraction times is only for the adults and people that are staying at the resorts.
Mickey does give off mad P. Diddy energy.
He does.
Oh.
What's all the croakers about?
Oh man, let's get Pluto in here.
Oh, Billy!
What are we going to do today?
You want to know what would be fucked up? I had an idea about this. What if Pluto ended up talking like Goofy and them? And he exposes everything that Mickey has ever done.
And you know what?
No.
Pluto and the cat, like Minnie's cat,
Figaro?
or Figaro.
Figaro?
The dog,
Figaro.
the two pets in a world of talking animals. We still have pets like a dog and a cat when everybody is a dog or a cat.
Uh-huh.
So there again, that's kind of like where
The thing that-
we posed the question the other day about, you know, how can scientists say that we evolved from monkeys and there are still apes and gorillas and monkeys?
Simple. We came from the universe of Utopia.
Wait a minute, how did you just say simple before that?
Exactly.
What?
Wait, what?
You ever seen the movie Zootopia?
Yes.
All the animals can talk. All the animals have human
They can?
speciality.
Yeah, they do.
How, is it wrong to say? Is it wrong to assume that we all just came from that universe? That's why everyone has a spirit animal, and those spirit animals are just us reanimated in this dimension.
If you could see this man's face.
Mine.
He just fucking said we lived in Zootopia as a society.
And he said it with a straight freaking face
He
too.
said
Like
it with
that's the part that's
confidence.
getting me. The confidence.
Confidence.
But I love it because, you know,
I mean, it's supposed
as
to be
we
scary and
understand-
horror, so I'm making the viewers uncomfortable. Yes,
So
you guys
what
are all
you're saying
animals
is
inside.
that
We're
Our
animals.
soul came
Our
from
spirit
My Little
animals are
Ponies, and we
personas?
just reincarnated
Yes.
as flesh.
If that's the case, then I'm the one that likes I'm the pink pony. If that's the case, I'm the OP one.
I do be fucking with Pinkie Pie.
That's right. Pinkie Pie was the only one that fought Deadpool and actually became best friends with Deadpool and killed the creators of Deadpool. Death Battle. Y'all ain't never seen that episode? That actually did happen.
They did.
Deadpool and Pinkie Pie collabed together because they're both loving of chimichangas.
My spirit animal is a black wolf with yellow eyes.
See? Utopia.
If I was to have a spirit animal, it'd be a snow tiger. I've always loved snow tigers.
I don't know what mine would be. Maybe a Snorlax or an Umbreon. Oh wait, we're not talking about Pokemon.
This man just said 2 Pokemon.
He's like, my
Fucking
spirit animal
Snorlax
is
is my
Pokemon.
other spirit animal, bro. I have a little sculpture of him in my house right now.
There
I swear to goodness, my spirit animal for Pokemon wise would probably be Pikachu.
Did you know that they actually did a backstory for Pikachu? It was 20 years afterwards, after Ash Ketchum caught him, but we got a backstory for Pikachu.
Really?
Yes.
So where did Pikachu come from?
So where did Pikachu come from? Apparently he went rogue.
That's why he's so touchy.
Yeah, because he legitimately fought against everything else while he was the lower Pikachu. I can't remember it.
The hierarchy?
Pichu.
Yeah, Pichu.
Hierarchy?
Yeah, but when Pikachu was Pichu.
Oh, Pichu.
And legitimately goes through all how he got evolutionized and how Professor Oak captured him before Ash Ketchum got him. And why he's so hard to handle. And legitimately goes through all that. And this is I think 2 or 3 episodes after Ash's finale. Because they're done with the Ash series now. There's no more Ash Ketchum, by the way. They're done. They're not making no more Pokemon with Ash Ketchum. That's dead. He has
never aged 1 year.
Nope. He never
No, he
aged
did.
a
He
year.
had a birthday once.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait, he did have
He had a
one.
birthday once.
Now that's even more terrifying. What universe would you want? What anime universe you want to live in? Dragon Ball Super, where it's a 30, where it's a 30.
Pokemon BC, where we were actually living that long. Well, that's a crazy question to impose, because then Pokemon are now dinosaurs.
How long have you wanted to be a Pokemon master? Ever since I was born. How old are you now? 10. When were you born? 10,000 years ago.
What?
I was born with Mew. What?
Huh?
That's right.
Yes, I am you. What? Mew.
I am you. You are me. What?
You too.
Me, you? You too.
Me too.
A man made Mewtwo with my own thoughts. He's not mad. He's not happy about that.
Mew too.
Yeah,
The legendary elusive Mew 3?
Which is why you had to think happy thoughts.
Mewtwo don't think happy thoughts. He just thinks about enslaving all humanity for Pokemon. That's the dark truth about Mewtwo.
It's certain in the games where he just wants to live in a dank cave.
They also brought back Mewtwo in the latest series too. They actually Ash Ketchum finds him back again, and Mewtwo's like, yeah, I'm still on my rampage of screwing over the humans, so you ain't capturing me, so.
That's not happening, bro. Not happening.
But
The Master Ball has something to say about that.
Ooh, I got a really good spooky story for you. So, there was one time where I was in I want to say I was in
Band
6th
camp?
grade. It might have been 6th grade, and my dad had left for work, and it was just me, my mom, and my brothers in the house because my dad had left for work. My dad woke me up so I could take a shower and whatnot, get everybody else up and whatnot. And while I'm in the shower, I'm just minding my own business like I do every morning, but this morning was different. And it's 6:30 in the morning when this happens. And I'm in the shower and, doing my thing, and I hear, Tori. I heard my name be called 3 times. And it kind of sounded like my mom. And I was like, yeah, Mom. Not turning any of the water off or anything. And I didn't get anything back, so I was like, okay, whatever. And just continued doing my hair and washing my body and stuff. And then 2-3 seconds later, I'm like, I hear it again. Tori. And I'm like, and so this time I shut off the water and I poked my head out of the shower door and I was like, yeah, Mom. Got nothing back. Okay. Turned the water back on. Was rinsing the shit out of my hair. And I hear it again as soon as I turn the fucking water on. And I'm like, okay, that's it. So then this time, I just straight up get out the shower. I still got suds and stuff in my hair. And I open the door and I'm like, yeah, Mom. Nothing. And then I hear Tori as I'm about to close the door back. And I was like, okay. I'm just going to go back there. And it sounded like it came from her room. And I was like, I'm just going to go back there and see what the hell she wants. And when I go back there, and I walk right up to my mom's bedside, and I'm like, Mom? And she, like, snores at me, dead ass asleep. And while I'm back there in her room, I hear the voice again. This time, it's coming from the freaking kitchen all the way down the hallway on the other side of the house. And so I, like, start making my way to the kitchen, and I noticed that the pantry, like, doors are open and the light was on, which right before I come out of my room to go in the bathroom in the first place, I had this weird habit for some reason of looking left and right. To the right is my brother, or to my left is my brother's rooms and my parents' room. And over here is the kitchen, and I can see straight into the kitchen. And the doors were not open before, and the light was not on before I went to the bathroom. And this is after my dad has already left. So no one else has been up but me. And when I go into the kitchen, I'm like almost me to my whiteboard away from it. And I can see that there's this silhouette of a person standing in the light cast from the light in the pantry. And so, like, I ran up to it because I was like, oh, hell no. You know? And when I got into the pantry, my mom didn't, like, overstuff the pantry, so there was stuff pushed into the shelf. Like, at least my hand worth of space between cans and the edge of the shelf. And 3 big soup cans came hurling at me out of the middle of the cabinet. And that's when I was like, fuck this. And I went back to my room and I stayed there until my mom, like, woke up. I was scared shitless, bro.
Yeah.
And then when I told my dad about it when he got home, he said, yeah, those experiences happen to me at least once every week. And I was like, bro, and you didn't tell anybody?
No.
Bro, like, what? The ghost be calling your name in the house?
That's right. We make you nervous.
I mean, yeah, fear is what they feed off of whenever they're that bad.
And I'm the most sensitive to spirits in the house, and everybody knew that. Because a few years before that, I was 8 years old. We had only been at the house, like moved into the house that we moved into, and I was in 3rd grade for like 2 years. And I'm laying in my bed. My bed was against this wall at the time. And not in this house, but, you know, a room, walls over here. And the window was right in front of my, you know, bed. And when I, like, woke up one night, I, like, you know, just kind of, and I look toward my window, and there's like a girl dressed in Native American dress with long hair and a band, standing there. And she's, like, trying to tell me something in Cherokee, and the way that, like, you know, she's, like, moving her hands out and stuff, it's like she's trying to say, help me or something. And that, like, freaked me out. And just a few nights before, I had watched Boogeyman, the original Boogeyman movie, right before. So I was like, I'm gonna do the thing kid does in Boogeyman, and, you know, put the covers over my head, count to 3, say it's not real, and then when I put my covers down, she'll be gone. Well, yeah, lo and behold, she was gone. So then I was like, okay, I'm not facing towards the window anymore. I'm gonna, you know, turn over toward the wall in my bed. And when I did that, there was an old lady with curled white hair right here in my face. Right here, in my bed, beside me. I got up out of my bed, and I ran into my parents' room, and they can testify to this.
Did she have black beady eyes with wire
No.
glasses? No? Okay.
White.
Oh.
White eyes, no glasses.
Oh.
Just like pure white ghost pale face. And my parents can attest to this. I would not step into my room for anything for 3 months after that. They had to go in my room and get my clothes, get my toys, whatever else I needed, my book bag, lunch bag, whatever. I would refuse to go in my room.
Yeah, once you see an old lady laying next to you, it's kind of raps. Like,
And
I'm not
turns
going back.
out, my room, for the people that owned our house and have built our house, the wife stayed in my room that was set up like a hospital room because she was like dying of some kind of like sickness. I never heard what sickness it was, but apparently that was like her room, and she died in that room.
Yay! Woo!
Like,
Epic.
Every fucking time, bro. Like, I don't understand
We didn't find that out until after my experience.
People
when my
don't
parents started
tell you.
asking people about the history of the house
I'm
before we
saying.
lived there.
You always gotta figure out the history of the house before you move anywhere.
They don't ever tell you either. They
No.
just-
In realty, they don't have to tell. In certain states, they don't have to tell you if someone was murdered or had died of natural causes in the house.
Damn.
They don't have to tell you.
Oh, that's why you ask the questions.
I'm always gonna be asking questions. Like when we go to buy a
My
house
deal
one day,
breaker will
like
be right then that you want me to buy this house. You gonna give me the history of this house. If not, if you're not gonna give me to it, you're gonna be shady on it. Okay, well that tells me that this house, I'm not interested in this house.
Exactly.
hmm
I'll go ahead and live in the trailer park that just got opened up over here. Because at least I know the trailer is brand new. Granted, it's not gonna be the most spacious of areas, but at least I know it's not haunted because it's a brand new trailer.
If it's just me by myself, bro, I live in a trailer all day,
Hell yeah!
every day.
Nothing wrong with the double wide trailer.
Exactly.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
I'll take that little double.
I could live in the condo my papa had.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Nothing but a TV, a bed, little kitchen spot, and a wood stove.
Tyler's got a really good ghost story about this haunted house he and his friends went into, or this abandoned house. And we're back
With a scary story.
with Tyler's spooky story.
So, I have, unfortunately, no pictures of this anymore like I used to have. But my friends and I down in Mississippi had gone to this little abandoned house in Socher. It was this big 2-story little, almost like a small miniature mansion thing. Because how fancy it was. And it was completely destroyed. My people had gone in there, smashed up almost all the windows. They destroyed most of the floorboards, ripped the walls down, threw stuff through the walls.
Sounds like a scapegoat house with people just taking all their anger out on.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it sounds like.
So we got up in there and we started investigating in the middle of the night. I started taking pictures with flash on my camera. Because for those of you who don't know, if you think anywhere's haunted, take a picture with flash. You almost guarantee you'll catch up a spirit on camera.
Mm-hmm. Because that flash of the light is enough energy for them to be able to manifest themselves.
Yep.
Just for that split second.
Well, I had taken a video with flash on first. And I was panning up the top balcony. And there was this girl that walked up. And then behind her, a man walks up. And then she evaporates away. And then he evaporates away. After that, a white drape drapes over the side of the railing. Now I go up there and I'm like, okay, so the curtains can't drape over this far because they're not long enough. There's no wind blowing to make it happen. So I don't know what the drape was from, but it looked like some type of dress draping over it. Like maybe somebody had been thrown over the balcony or something. So after that, I've been taking a bunch of pictures. And I caught a picture of this older man leaning out from this like side door like this. With his hand on it, you could see his whole foot, you could see his face, and everything. And he was just looking at us, staring at us with wide eyes like this.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Yeah, I would have left.
And carrying on from there, I had taken a picture of my friend after that because he said he felt funny. And in the picture, he's pale white. When you shine a light on him, he looks perfectly normal. In the picture, he's pale white, his eyes are black and sunken in and everything.
What the fuck?
Another friend of mine, when we're in the attic area, says he feels a hand around his throat. So we take a picture and there's a black hand wrapped around his throat. And in the darkness inside the attic, there's two red beady eyes in the distance from the attic. After that, we heard footsteps following us from above the stairs every time we stepped anywhere downstairs, following us through the house.
Life spirit suckers. Classic cases of life force suckers.
Mm-hmm.
Especially for your one friend there.
Mm-hmm.
They're sucking his life spirit out.
Which that's demons. Demons do that.
And the final picture I took was a big black shadow that had black eyes on it coming through the window at us from downstairs. When me and another friend had gone to investigate a noise that was happening down there.
That house said, I'm no longer being the angry management house anymore. You will never abuse me again. I have to pay security guards here.
I mean,
What are you paying them with? Your life
But
force.
we also caught pictures of the people. Like, there's pictures in the household of the people we call on camera. Actual physical photographs of them.
So people
the
that,
exact same people.
So
people
that's even
that lived in the
spookier.
house. Oh, okay, that's my question.
That's even creepier. You found the pictures of the people that y'all have been seeing all night hanging up somewhere in the house. And it was those people, like, bro.
You ever heard of
Seems like a big murder scene.
For real.
or American Horror Story first season, Dead House, where that people that die in that house are forever stuck in limbo in that house and they can't leave that house.
But it gets worse.
Oh.
On the way home from there, when we're walking back, my friend has to grab me, drag me off to the side because a car's barreling down the road at high speeds, aiming directly for me, trying to hit me on the way out. And it turns off into the cul-de-sac and disappears and is never seen again.
Dude, something was after you that night. Something was after you.
And do you remember what time of the year it was during this time?
It was cold. And it was in Mississippi, so if it was cold in Mississippi, it had to be
October,
November.
Because
Late October and early November.
Well, the reason why I say that is because Halloween night has a notorious reputation of allowing spirits to be free for that
No, it was not Halloween night.
Okay.
Those houses always like this.
Well, no, I'm just saying for the car to actually
But this
come
is
out,
the worst.
when the car came out and actually hit you, that it had to be on Halloween night because that's actually the one night where ghosts can actually touch human beings, type to actually can roam freely. It's just that one night. It's literally just one night.
Like, we don't know really what it is. Like, I'm
That's why I
still trying to
brought up
like
the
do my
question,
own
just
research on
curiosity.
it, trying to figure out like why is it that Halloween night is like that one night where spirits just kind of roam free? Why does that happen? What's the purpose?
Probably because of all the traditions that have the evil, not evil traditions, but like the traditions of Halloween back in Salem times and like witches' time. They probably open a veil, and that veil is always open, no matter what, on Halloween because of how much
Energy has been put into it.
Mm-hmm. And it doesn't even matter. And at this point, it doesn't even matter about the ritual anymore. Everyone's doing the ritual by putting on a costume and being something that they're not. That's probably is enough to open up that veil.
And supposedly the whole reason why people started dressing up in costumes was for like witches or something, witches and goblins.
Mhm.
Because at one side of the world it was like witches, another part of the world it was the reason was goblins. If the goblins took you as one of their own or another like thing of, you know, the unnatural, then they left your children alone and they didn't take your children. Same with the witches.
I remember a show when I was a kid. It was on this channel that doesn't exist anymore, Kids Discovery. And the show was called Truth or Scare. And they actually did like a 30-minute episode about Halloween.
Actually, I think I remember that.
Truth or Scare?
Yeah, that sounds really familiar. Like, I can't remember it, but like when,
It used to be on a
when you
channel-
say it rings a bell.
It used to come on this channel that don't exist anymore, which was Discovery Kids.
But I did get flashbacks of Zubumafu.
Hey, man.
Zubumafu! Oh, the granddaughter of Zumbumafu was born this year.
Interesting. That's not scary though.
Nope, but a little lighthearted subject.
No, I like how subject, and we're going with lighthearted stuff. Then we might as well end the episode right then and there, because this episode ain't about lightheartedness.
Yeah, this is about spooky, scary
Eyes
skeletons.
getting heavy.
Real heavy because
Well, you are sitting on one of the couch's souls.
The
Like,
couch's
we
souls.
don't know what it is with these gene couches, bro, but like they make you go to sleep.
They take away your wake force and make you go to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Makes you go into hibernation. So with that, to save our friend Jaden from the couches of souls, we'll have to end the episode.
Yep. Before his soul is taken away, we must say goodbye. And remember to always live life with eyes wide open. And thank y'all for watching. We'll see y'all in the next one.
Peace.